Yeah, and it's the same thing on
That
4A.
corrects that.
What A?
4A, the lock, low income.
We know.
I mean, does it need to hit the minutes or just pass
I got the first. Usually my paper is the ones that come back with all the red stuff.
All right, I want to stand for the pledge to the
I still have
flag.
one proofread myself.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of minutes.
I make a motion that we approve the minutes as written.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Next one is the election of officers for 2026.
I make a motion that we retain offices as Rodney Crabtree as chairman, Todd Old vice chair, Tad Brinson as secretary.
I'll second.
Okay, all in favor? Okay. The next one is the adoption of the written findings of fact for Scott Mill special exception. Y'all got a copy of them, and they are a couple spelling errors. Spell check didn't catch it.
No, not when you break them up like that. Actually, it was a conversion from word perfect to word, so it could be sent to him. Sometimes it screws up.
It's basically just added a C on one spot for low, at low income, and then added an extra A at the beginning. So,
Essentially, that presents the evidence that was submitted, synopsis of the public comment, the findings of everything involved, like what was submitted with the application, what wasn't submitted with the application. Same thing at the hearing, because there were some things that were deficient, and then ultimately, your vote.
okay. And it shows the
And,
votes.
and the abstention votes is all the president withholding his vote, correct?
It is, and of course, that vote was also Chris Proctor, and I added a note that Chris's signature won't appear on here since his term expired on December 31st, and Rick wasn't here to hear it, so it's really going to be up to 3 or 4 of you gentlemen to adopt this.
Do we have a motion?
I make a motion, we accept the findings as written with the corrections made.
And this is the same that you mailed out, like, to us?
It should
Just
be
cleaned
with an
up, so I don't
updated
have
date,
to.
Chris's name changed in the blurb.
Okay,
And,
I'll second it then.
Yep.
So do you need, when we sign one of, you want us to sign one copy?
one should be sufficient that Tad can keep. Yeah.
Okay.
So if y'all want to work on just one, it's-
All right.
Aye.
So basically, we got a second on that motion?
Yes,
You
sir.
did? All in favor? Okay. So adopted this 6th day, January 26th. And then we'll just sign our name, we'll just sign this one, I guess. Pass it down, just where your name is. I'll give you that copy. Get it. And just slide it on around.
Yeah.
Okay, that takes care of that one. All right, first up, Tyler Clements. Step up front, please. We got an address of 5492 East County Road 300 North. Property located in section 26, township 8, region 12, Washington Township. Acres involved is 2.99, zoned A2. Survey is available. Type of variance is a setback. They're asking to go from 20 feet to 10 feet. And go ahead, tell us what you want to do.
So as he stated, just looking for a variance from 20 foot to 10 feet, building a lean-to on an existing building for an RV storage and equipment. Not only to keep the equipment nice, but the property as well. So, and the adjacent neighbors that it's closest to don't have an issue with that either. That's just what we're looking at.
Okay, anybody got any questions from the board?
I don't have
Obviously, you've had it marked out, no utilities or nothing running through that area.
I have not, we can before anything would happen, but yeah, I know there's not any through there.
And then you already have gutters on the barn to protect any water or anything?
I do, and the gutter will be moved from the existing building down to the bottom of the lean-to.
Any other questions? All right, thank you, sir. You have a seat. We'll open it to the public. Anybody from the public got any questions on this particular one? No questions, we'll close it to the public and bring it back to the board. We have a motion one way or the other.
I motion we give it to him.
Okay. Second.
I'll second.
All in favor? Okay, you're good to go. All right. Next one is Jeff Minders. Address 3687 North County Road, that's your home address, isn't it? Yeah. Acres involved, 3.615. Its current zone is R1. Survey's available. And it looks like you're safe. Come on.
Good evening, Rob Sig with Sig Surveying here, representing Jeff Minders. We did the survey work for Jeff. So what prompted this variance was the house in the bottom right or southeast corner of the property. Jeff has been, I guess, rehabbing that, and he's wanting to break that piece off and sell it. So in doing so, excuse me, we made that lot compliant to zoning code, so there's no issues with that lot. It's the remainder that we're having issues with. So with the depth ratio, we need to seek a with the depth, and then also the front width of the lot, we want to go from 80 to 60. So in doing that we don't have enough frontage to meet the width to depth ratio. So the concept is break this lot off, sell it, and then the remainder property, we want to leave enough room so that if they wanted to bring a road back in, they'd have the right amount of width for a road right away if they choose to do that in the future. So it could serve that property and maybe others in the future if it needed to do that. So that's kind of the concept behind it. It's just an odd-shaped property that you can't really make all the frontage and the width and depth all work because of that reason.
Okay.
Any questions?
Any questions from the board?
Thank you.
No questions? Thank you, Rob. Anybody from the public here to speak on this one? Okay. Close it to the public and bring it back to the board. Motion one way or the other.
I'll make a motion that we grant the variance for the change in road frontage from 80 feet down to 60 feet, and then the width to depth ratio.
Okay, got a second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Good to go. Thank you, guys. All right, we need to adopt the.
I make a motion that we adopt the applicant's finding of facts as the board's finding of facts as presented.
I'll
Second. All in favor? Okay. One more. Make motion.
I make a motion to close the meeting.
Second.
Second.
All in favor? All right. Thank you, guys.
Part of it you keep, like what John gave
That was really
this one,
nice.
yeah, and then,
That's what I would like to see.
this new sheet that they give us.
Yeah, it's a lot better than the ones that we get that says no.
It's like,
And if I didn't know where it was at, it
exactly.
That, you guys keep that, don't you? Oh, okay. I didn't- Whatever you want to do with it. I saved most of it, but, you know.
Full house. Yeah.
Yeah.
You see?
picking teachers.
Teachers got warmed up. That sure's good, yes. Yeah. That's my cheat sheet. I got too many, too.
There's some back there, if you walk through the back end, they're not the same, but
How many are we short here? Short one, two. Just hang out, go get some chairs.
I'm Dustin. I'm Rick Shoemate. How you doing?
Rick, what's
From
that?
Island. Shoemate.
Shoemate?
Yeah.
Okay, so your wife,
My
your
wife.
wife is the
Correct.
president, is it the council president?
Yes.
Okay, I did meet her.
President.
Yeah, I met her a couple months ago.
Yeah, this is, who said they had a position, they needed, if you want to redo it, I said, sure, why not? I
Yeah.
have no idea what I'm doing yet.
Yeah, yeah.
So we'll figure it out.
Yeah, it's kind of
One decides they can read.
a learn as you go type situation.
Pretty much is what it looks like.
Yeah.
All the time.
Get a couple of, we got just one new member.
One.
We got one, try to do an introduction. Two. Oh, yeah, Milo.
Does this have to do with fishing?
He said there's no pond. They said, well, Christian Associates doesn't give me permission anyway.
You don't act right. You just gotta ask right.
You're out.
Yeah, she can't hear it.
Yeah, oh,
Yeah.
I see, yeah, yeah.
Always.
Okay, we'll bring the meeting to order. Are there any additions, corrections to the minutes were sent out for last month's meeting? Okay, hearing none, we'll minutes stand as written. Jeff French, election of officers for 2026.
All right, so our first order of business is election of officers. And typically, I do that on behalf of the nominating committee, which is more or less tech review. So on behalf of the nominating committee, I nominate Steve Youngman, president, and Dave Osborne, vice president, for 2026, and will entertain any other nominations.
I'll run your campaign if you want to run.
Come on.
All right, is there a motion to close nominations?
I make that motion.
All right, we got a motion to close nominations, a second?
Second.
We got a second. All in favor of Steve Youngman, president, Dave Osborne, vice president? Raise your right hand. Say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Okay. Now, for nomination of secretary, I nominate Tad, but you have something to,
Before you go any further, I would like to announce my retirement, May 29th.
okay, that's what I was going to say. Hearing that, granted, June 1st, we'll have somebody else. Hopefully. But until that time, I move that we keep on Tad Brinson until he retires. Is there a second?
I'll second that. Well,
Well, all those in favor?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, yeah.
that We retain Tad Branson as secretary until retirement.
All those in favor, make a note of raising your right hand. Motion carries unanimously.
Can I ask you a question? there's a lot of stuff that goes on in that office. And if we're gonna look for somebody, would there be a way the commissioners could approach county council to try to find somebody a couple months ahead of that so they can be trained? So we just don't, May 29th, all the experience, 22 years of experience leaves that office, and June 1st, we have somebody that's,
So you think 2 months is enough?
no. I'll be honest with you.
The sooner the better.
I think looking for a candidate and maybe having tech review go over some of the applications and stuff, because we actually make that recommendation and appointment. I think the sooner the better if we can find a couple months, 3 months worth of money to have for training of that.
Right. So are you gonna wait to see if we can do that before you advertise for a replacement?
Oh, yeah, I mean, if we don't have money, there's no reason to advertise.
I'll make sure it gets on the agenda for the next meeting.
Yeah, I think
to discuss.
I think several of us probably ought to go to county council, let them know there's going to be a change coming in May, end of May, and
We're gonna need a little bit of,
and if our goal is to hire a licensed or certified or graduated planner of some sort, we're going to need to talk about, salaries. And we're going to need to get county council, and commissioners, of course, but council is ultimately got to give us that support. And so we probably need to go fairly soon. I mean, something advertised for county council at this point is probably March.
Could be. Of course, it's 5 days typically internal notice under the employee handbook.
Yeah.
Among Ripley County employees, and then if there's no candidates.
Right, but is there a way to go ahead and slip in the next meeting just to address it?
I think probably,
Not a decision, just.
here's the thing, they probably couldn't take action on it, but they can certainly hear what the concerns and the situation is, and then,
It'll be a disappropriation.
yeah,
That'll speed it up a month.
my guess would be they're gonna have to add to the budget.
It's going to be an additional appropriation,
And probably amend the salary ordinance.
yeah.
Or if we can't find a likely candidate before Tad
Get an
retires,
interim.
could we have a consultant?
An interim.
Could we have, could we have money, if Tad wouldn't mind, coming in 2 days a week or something to help consult? Because we had to do that with our
We used to do
accountant
that.
at school.
Council did away with consulting fees several years ago.
I don't know if they could do some sort of a transfer and appropriation of the salary to cover a consultant into that kind of odd and unique
As an
circumstance,
interim. That's a good point.
that would be some questions.
I think we need to have a plan A and B and all that, since we have some time to work, instead of waiting until the end of May and saying, now what do we do?
Now's the time to take action. In my opinion.
Yeah,
Would
so-
that be something we'd have an executive session to talk about potential things that we'd want to present to help with that, or?
I think we can discuss it at
You
tech
think it
review.
just-
Yeah,
Okay.
and for you new members, tech review is always the Tuesday at 1 o'clock after our meeting. Anyone that wants to come to tech review and kind of see what we do with plats and reviewing BZA, you're more than welcome to come at 1 o'clock and see what we do, and, it doesn't hurt to add 1 or 2 members either.
But
so.
we can't use more than 6 or more.
Right.
Can't have more
Well,
than-
we can't have more than 6.
Yeah.
We can't have a quorum, but.
So what do we have? 1, 2, 3? There's just 3 of us right now, right?
Yeah.
Doug, you, I, John, Tad.
We don't let John vote.
You could
Right.
have up to 5,
Yeah.
not more than 5.
Yeah, that would be a good, that's always a good time to talk about code changes and stuff like that too, just to throw new ideas out.
Well, with the comp plan and all that too coming in.
Yeah. Yeah, I think along with that, I mentioned it a couple of times, but I think we need to look at an updated zoning ordinance, the subdivision control code, especially since our comp plan is coming to an end, and the next step is to amend that code. And we probably need to talk about that with council too, because that's going to be a big deal.
The commissioners asked me to investigate that with HWC, and I've reached out to them, and they're trying to gather information to see what it will take,
Okay.
what needs to be addressed.
We might as well try to knock several of those out at one meeting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna shock them.
Now, I'm gonna throw this out there too, while talking about these changes. You got a moratorium on, you got a moratorium on battery storage.
Yes.
We gotta get started on that.
Yes.
People are asking, when
That's,
That's gotta get started.
that was something I was gonna bring up tonight, was about data center. We,
Because Shelby County got hit with one.
The start of the Terminator trilogy.
See, what we do that 3 months ago?
I think it was in the summer, like June or August.
Yeah, I think it's more than 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, that means we got
Sometime in June or August.
6 months left.
Would have been September. And that may be something we want to approach HWC about, if they.
I agree.
go ahead and keep.
All right, well, we won't keep Dominic Reeves waiting here too much longer, so let's move to item number 2, and we can talk about the rest after item number 2. Dominic Reeves' application for primary approval of Lookout Estates subdivision, part of Section 28, Township 9 North, Range 12 East, Delaware Township. 3 lots on 6.144 acres in the A2 district. This application requires variance for lot size, lot frontage, and width to depth. Lot 2 requires a variance from minimum road frontage to 200 feet to 60 feet of frontage, width to depth ratio of 240 to 650 of depth, and from minimum lot size of 2 buildable acres to 1.729. Is there anybody here representing this application? Mr. Saig, how are you?
And Rob Sig with Sig Surveying for Dominic Reeves. Dominic couldn't make it. He was working late, so.
Okay.
So we started out, Dominic bought this property, has 1 existing residence on it. He wanted to try to get 3 lots out of it. So we took a look, we found suitable septic sites. I know you guys went through some zoning changes on how lots are configured with panhandles and stuff like that. So we had an iteration or 2 trying to figure out how to get this thing set up, and here's about where we landed. So as you said, we need some dimensional variances for acreage, frontage, and width to depth ratios. So it's a very irregular shaped lot, but where we got septic borings figured, where home sites are going to go, things function, it works, and the acreages are very, very close to what your minimum acreages are for building lots. So today, we just received permission from NDOT for highway entrance off of 129, which is the former State Route 48 roadway that cuts through there. You can see the heavy dark area that's shown as the road, and that's going to serve as an access for 2 of the lots. And then the other lot, Lot 1, has already got an access off of 129. So NDOT's happy with everything that we proposed here. Outside of that, there's, standard residential, single-family development that's going to happen here with 2 more new homes. There's already 1 existing, so we're not making a huge impact here, and should support with all the utilities, the water, the electric, all other utilities that are available. He's actually going to do a main extension with Napoleon Water coming from the north to the south to get it to the property. He's already worked out the deals with Napoleon Water to do that. So everything should have all the municipal utilities other than septic. So, and those have been tested, and everything's good to go with that. No permits obviously have been granted yet, but once this is all, if there's approval here, that'll be the next step, to go get permits from the local health department for installing septics as well. So other than that, we did also obtain, the property line splits down the center line of old former 48. So we did obtain permission from the south adjacent landowner who actually wants to sell that lot to my client Dominic Reeves at some point in the future. So, but instead we went ahead and granting an easement, or having an easement granted, so that there's right to actually cross part of their property going down the road. So we have a 50-foot wide, or 25 feet both sides of the center of the road for ingress and egress for whoever's going to use that. And again, that was all approved by NDOT. We just received the permit, and I think Ted has that in his file. So any questions about what we're proposing here tonight?
Don't have-
Rob, is there a shared driveway?
Maintenance agreement?
Yes.
Yeah, there is. Let me see where I have that. Easement maintenance agreement, bottom right of sheet P1. Says all,
Usually it's up in this step, and
yeah, we put it in a different spot, sorry. This is what the owners chose to have in here, so. Owners of lots 2 and 3 shall equally share the maintenance of the drive and within ingress. So the south adjacent lot owner, they actually access from another driveway off of 129, so I don't even think they use that drive there, so. Like I said, they intend to sell that to Dominic in the future, whether that happens or not. It still should be a good standing agreement at that point.
All right. And has that adjacent owner signed off?
They live in Saline, Ohio, so we've sent it to them, but we didn't quite get everything back, but they are in agreement. I've talked to them.
They had signed the original plat when it was just a subdivision, not rural.
Yeah, so we had to reprint and then send it back, and just, we couldn't get it back in time. So I don't see it being an issue. It's just the timing to get it back for this meeting. So we're hoping to have it back anytime, and provided we're granted primary, it'll definitely be here for the secondary.
Okay. Just one comment, not for you necessarily, but, so the way the agenda's written, it was written the way this was, that this was originally submitted with multiple variances.
Now it's down to one.
But then tech review asked him to change to a rural subdivision, so there's really just one variance on this. There's not multiple. It's just an acreage variance.
Okay.
the ag subdivision took care of all.
Oh, okay. It was a confusing process to get there. Sorry about that. So I thought that we had all those, but that's great if we're only doing one.
Just doing one.
But even on the acreage on this plot plan, everything's over 2 acres.
Well, I think the issue with that was the panhandle. You can't count that acreage in that panhandle for lot 2.
That's not buildable, so it drops that number.
Okay.
So,
Did, excuse me, did I understand that the frontage variance was 200 down to 60?
No,
Did I misunderstand that?
when this was changed to a rural sub, the minimum was 50 foot.
Okay. I was just saying, that seems like a drastic change, 200 down to
Right.
60. Like, is
Originally-
that normal standard procedure?
Originally in the subdivision, the frontage was this little panhandle that comes up.
I got you
lot
now.
2. That's why tech review said, man, this would look a lot cleaner if we did a rural subdivision, and
Okay.
Yeah, with this, so we have two types of subdivision, regular subdivisions and the rural subs. Rural subs allow panhandles.
Gotcha.
And
I just heard, I guess I caught the first part. I was like, wait a
Right.
second here.
like I said, we battled with how to present this to start because it was
Yeah.
pretty irregular, and this finally was the fallout at the end, and it actually helped.
This is rural versus.
Forgot about
rural
that.
versus a regular.
Okay.
A rural can have 2 lots out front, and then 3 on the shared drive, so that's why you have 1 out front, 2
Okay.
on the shared.
Okay, that's something I
And
need to do.
fix this road frontage variance and all that.
Any other questions from the board
Thank you.
to Mr. Seg?
Thank
Okay,
you.
hearing none, open up for public comment. Is anybody in the audience that has a question or concern about this application? Hearing none, we'll close the public comment portion. Would the commission like to make a motion on this application?
I'll make a motion for primary approval.
Motion made for primary approval. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All those in favor? Make a
That was with variance, correct?
That's with the variance.
With the variance.
And with
The-
receiving the signed off
Yeah.
copies
To
before.
get the second.
Secondary approval.
Yes. Okay. All those in favor, make a number, raising your right hand. Motion carries unanimously. Thanks, Rob. Okay. Yeah, we have some new members of the board here tonight. Introduce yourself and which town are you from?
I am Rick Schumann, I'm with Mylan.
Okay.
Thank you.
So we go around the whole.
Well, I guess we can, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead.
Dustin Payne with Osgood.
Doug Smith with Adams Township.
Doug Webb from county. Todd Olt, school superintendent, representative.
Dave Osborne on here because ag educator by the state, so I work for Purdue.
Steve Youngman from Town of Napoleon.
Yep, I'm Jeff French, surveyor.
Michael Webster, Sundman. Brett Bascom, Town of Versailles.
Mark Ty, Town of Holton.
John Irwin, Attorney for Planning Commission, and County Attorney.
Y'all know me, I'm talking to discussion.
Weren't you required to put a 2-year notice in before you make that?
I did. Everybody just forgot it.
They weren't listening.
They were.
Let me, like, discuss what we're gonna do next month on those, the towns coming up with their ideas.
Not really.
Okay, yeah,
We gotta wait till it's advertised for next
Right.
month.
okay.
And then if there's excess discussion, it can carry on, it can be
Right.
tabled, it can be,
Right.
What's that? I can give mine.
Do we have anything coming in yet for next month?
The towns have an ordinance.
Okay, that and that, so we'll be here, so,
Yeah,
okay,
we'll do a meeting.
excellent.
Just as a report, I've sent out a letter, we've gotten another complaint regarding, our BZA members are still here. The folks up in the subdivision got a variance and have animals on less than 2 acres.
I got mine.
There's some additional issues up there, I think where allegedly more animals have been added, and some form of security has been added that casts the wildlife.
Okay,
That's about it for right now. Still working on, getting one more letter out to our people down south off of
How many animals on 2 acres?
the BZA never sent me an invitation.
about 40, I think.
I don't know.
40?
Guineas, goats.
Well, I think
it's a menagerie.
it was
Chickens.
initially for goats, and then I think, according to the complaint, ducks, maybe, there may have been 1 duck or 2 ducks, allegedly more ducks, and definitely chickens and guineas. Ducks aren't that noisy, but chickens, if they're roosters or kitties, they can be kind of loud.
And it turns out that neighbor's, that person's home was constructed partly across the property line onto the neighbor's land. So there's a title issue.
It's a simple overlook.
Layers and layers.
And the complainant died.
One.
One of them, the husband
A lot
died.
of these small towns.
My house and ours, I'm going to, so I can, my setbacks are 100 feet off of all the lines
So
in my house lot.
he received a copy of the
And the
letter.
whole block's like that.
And then they went and added, I think,
No, I'm sure I'm.
So did your letter say they needed to come back, or they needed to?
well, they need to stop doing what they're doing until they talk to Tad or me or somebody and bring this thing into compliance.
Where's it set?
And,
Batesville.
there was a letter that was sent back to Ted, you know, without getting into too many details, that alleged that the light was there prior to his initial hearing. So, I'm requesting, you know, when was the work order done from the light? How about the utility bills? Because I'm not sure how all RMCs do it, but I was under the impression RMC typically bills for security light, electricity, and the use of the light on a monthly basis. So I requested his billing statement back in January 1 of 2025. Had reached out to RMC, but they needed the landowner's approval to release any information, and I'll be upfront with you, we didn't ask the landowner, because I don't think we did.
That must be an EPA regulation, not a health.
Mine's all, got it.
I can tell you this, if you guys ever drive up 129 in the evening and look over to the west before you get up, right after you get past the winery sign, there's a light to the west that looks like almost a beacon.
So I was telling Todd, it looked like a plane would land on that county road.
So is it an REMC light then, or is it one that?
They're claiming it, Peter County RMC.
Our understanding is that it's Cedar County, had reached out to them, and they responded, said, we can share this information with you, and we just basically authority, I think,
From the homeowner.
Again, this is all just stuff that the BZA will have to hear, have to resolve, because there is a pending, and part of the minutes indicated that if for any reason it became a common nuisance, well, I think you may have
I made a
actually been the
motion.
one who suggested that
Yeah.
in that meeting. that it basically, variance would be proposed.
When is the next county council meeting?
I do not know.
Third Monday of the month, what's the third Monday?
Next month.
Maybe next Monday.
Yeah, so we can't make that, so we're going for February.
We might be able to get on there just
You
to,
can probably get on the agenda just to give a forecast of what's happening. But there's a lot of people that come in, they're not actually making the additional appropriation, they're just basically saying, here's what's coming down the pipe in the future, here's what you can expect. Here, you know, can you start looking into where we have, how much we have in the budget for this, what are our options?
But,
Tad, will you see if we can get on the agenda?
yeah.
so third Monday of January should be the 19th.
So we got 2 weeks.
Third Monday, correct?
Well, that'd be.
Yeah.
Martin Luther King Day.
Oh,
So they may have bumped that.
that's a help, yeah.
Yeah, can you let us know what that date is?
And then who wants to serve on that committee?
I'll do it.
Any other?
I think it's tech review and anybody else that wants to come along.
Two of you and Doug. And then we can bring that up and come up with a list of tech reviews.
Motion to adjourn.
So we adjourn.